Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. So, like Black Panther, this is a past review of Violent Night. You will hear me in this review talk in past tense because it was still 2022 when this was recorded. Just to let you guys know, once again, I appreciate everybody who came out for even for my late Black Panther review. But this was the last movie I saw for 2022, which was Violent Night, starring David Harbour. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. So the next movie reviews coming forward in the future for the channel will be all up to date. Probably the first one will be Megan. That'll definitely be the first review. I want to see that movie, but please enjoy the Violent Night review. I had a lot of fun filming it. I had a lot of fun recording that. But like I said before, guys, I was just being lazy and I just didn't upload them right after I saw them. Had to edit them and things like that. I was just being lazy. But enjoy. And the new reviews for movies will come for 2023. And look forward to the first being Megan. Y'all take care. Enjoy, guys. Ho, 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 ho. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing out there? Happy holidays. Christmas is almost here. But before Christmas comes, we're here to deliver a review for you guys. And that is a very action, dark comedy holiday movie. Now, I know what you're thinking. Action holiday movie? Really, Chris? Yeah. It's called Violent Night. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I saw it a couple of days ago. And when I'm recording this, what is it? Oh, December 17th, 2022. So I saw this the 15th of December. Yeah. Guys, this was fun. This was really fun, and I hope. And I'm going to talk about this. I'm really going to talk about this. So, basically, what this was, Violent Night is a comedy action with a little bit of. This is how I look at it, and I'll explain it why. It's a bit of Die Hard mixed with a little bit of Grant Morrison's Claws comic series. That's kind of how I got a little bit of it. So the movie stars David Harbour as Saint Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, along with John Leguizamo and also legendary actress Beverly D'Angelo was in this. I was like, whoa, that's somebody. That was probably the in terms of like veteran, yeah, she has the most. So what I loved about it was it started out in Bristol, England, and we enter a bar or a pub, for a pub, and we see a man in a Santa Claus. He's drinking, and another man who comes in who's dressed like Santa Claus, and we see Santa Claus is talking. It's David Harbour, and he's talking about he's kind of lost faith a little bit in the holiday spirit and everything like that, and he even talks about how the kids are now, and they're like ungrateful for things, and it's just really weird. And when he leaves the pub, he goes up to someplace he's not supposed to be, and the bartender goes up to find him, and he flew off. I'll spoil that for you. She sees him in his sled, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And the funniest part is he throws up, and I'll just put that in, let that sink in. And then we're in Green, Connecticut, Greenwich, Connecticut, and we see a gentleman by the name of Jason Lighthouse and his estranged ex-wife or wife and their little daughter, 7-year-old, I think, Trudy. They're going to see their grandmother for the holiday. And from there, we get into the dynamics of the family. The family they're rich, they're the stereotypical wealthy family, and they don't really care about each other. It's just like, that's the stereotypical rich, wealthy white family. Because for all those who don't know, Trudy and her mom are, Trudy's mom, Linda, is black, and Trudy is biracial. So yeah, so it's kind of out there, and we see that Jason's sister Bertrude is a piece of work. Her wannabe action star movie is a dick, and her son Bertrude is just stupid. And then of course Beverly D'Angelo's character, who comes in, who is the matriarch of the family. And then of course that's where this series kind of goes into detail. We see that a group of mercenaries have broken into their house, into their mansion, and led by John Leguizamo, who is really good in this. And he's really good. I've always loved John Leguizamo. He's always been fun to me. I've always looked at him. He can play the good guy, and he can play the villains pretty good. I mean, I've been watching him as a villain since Miami Vice. Okay, but yeah, he plays the head of the mercenaries, and he calls himself Scrooge. That's it. And they orchestrate because he had people in the inside as part of their security team, and they start taking out the people in the Lighthouse family like that. And we start to see what happens from there, and that's where the story that's where pretty much the entire rest of the series, the movie, takes place. Inside, the setting is this mansion. When Santa Claus comes in, he hears the gunfire and everything like that, and he's just like, oh crap, like what's going on? And he even falls asleep at one point because he was eating cookies. And what's really David Harbour's performance as the grizzled, kind of very savage like version of Saint Nicholas is really good. And it's really, really good because you believed him when he would talk as Santa Claus. It's like you can sense the despair in him about the holidays, like how people in terms of being more loving and caring during the holidays, and especially kids. Now we see that all the time on internet. People filming just ungrateful kids. If they don't get what they want, they throw a temper tantrum, spoiled and things like that. And you could feel that in him. So, but when the action starts, and I thought it was great to see that. See Santa Claus throw down, and then at even point, see him throw down and get a sense of despair and a sense of like accomplishment. What I was really interesting also is like when he started fighting the mercenaries, I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't bullets shouldn't hurt him, and knives shouldn't hurt him? Because I started to think, and I'm glad they didn't go this route, was where man-made weapons shouldn't hurt him. Like he shouldn't feel it or anything like that. But unfortunately, yeah, they went a different route, and I'm glad they did go that route. They went the route of, yes, he can get hurt, he can get shot, he can get cut. He got cut, he things like that. When he starts talking to Trudy, the little girl, it reminded me. It's right there. You could see the writers took a lot of Die Hard when John and Reginald Van Johnson's character are talking on the walkie-talkie. It just took a lot of that, and we see her talking to him about saying, I wish my mom and my dad would get back together, They said I shouldn't believe, it's just a thing. And he's even saying it too. Yeah, parents say that, but I am real. That was the biggest thing, is like, people didn't think he was the real deal, because they're like, okay, how is he knowing all this stuff? Because he's knowing everybody. I love his list, like it was like magical. And what I love about it also is like even him even kind of saying like, I still don't really get the magic, myself. And this is where I feel like the writers may have looked at Grant Morrison's Claus series and kind of took a little bit of the approach, because we get a little backstory into Santa Claus, that he wasn't always good, and we kind of see that as well in if you've read Grant Morrison's Claus series. I think there's three parts to it. We see before he became Saint Nicholas and all that stuff and giving gifts and stuff, he was a badass. He was like a badass warrior and things like that. And I was like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is starting to remind me of Grant Morrison's Claus series, because we see that he wasn't always good. He was I guess you could say he was like a berserker, a marauder. He was a Viking he had a hammer and he would beat the crap out of people. And we also get deep into like, it seems like him and Mrs. Claus have a falling out and things like that, but he still loves her, and it so much homage to Die Hard. And I was loving that. I was like, okay, this is really good. I'm watching this in the theater and I'm just like, this is really good. I love how he just goes into warrior mode after a while. And I love the homage to Home Alone in this. There's some scenes, I'm not going to spoil everything, but there's a part where there's a part in the movie where I realized that I was like, yeah, how is John Leguizamo knowing all this about the Lighthouse family? And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's a former employee of theirs, but no. And then I figured it out before it even mentioned it, because they were talking about the Lighthouse family have their own private military, like that deals with stuff like this. And when you saw him, I said to myself, I'm like, I know where this is going. I've seen this kind of storytelling before. And I was right. But when Santa Claus, when he starts going in on them with a sledgehammer, I was like, man, Triple H would be proud, because he went ape shit on these mercenaries with this sledgehammer. It was great. But I really enjoyed the action was good. Even the fight choreography in this movie was really good. David Harbour, give him a lot of credit, because he really put his A game in this. The rest of the cast was good too, but it's really the dynamics of Harbour and the little girl, and I would say John Leguizamo, because he was just really good in this too as the villain. And whenever Beverly D'Angelo's character spoke, you were listening. You were like, yeah, she, that iconic voice she has, it's just, it was just like, yeah. Because at first I didn't recognize her. I'm like, is that who I think it is? And then when I was like, that is, because I recognized the voice. I loved it. I thought it was fun. I do recommend it for you guys to go check it out. Like I said, don't want to spoil everything. It is bloody. It is bloody. It gets really bloody. But at the same time, the little girl, she does her thing too in the Home Alone stuff. It was just a lot of, if you thought what Kevin did to Marv and Harry, look at what little Trudy does to, I think, yeah, Trudy, I'm trying to remember. Look at what she does to the mercenaries in the movie. Trudy really goes a little more hardcore than, she goes more Robert McCall, Denzel's Equalizer. I was like, ooh, like there was some stuff I'm like, oh Jesus, she came up with that? Damn, like stuff like that. The scenes with Santa Claus and Trudy were funny. I loved it. But overall, it was just a really good movie. I thought it was great. And I really didn't think too much about this until I saw the trailer a while back. And I'm like, and when I saw when it was coming out, I was like, oh, this is coming out in the holiday, this may not do that good. But I didn't care. It got me interested. And sure, the movie came out, I saw it the 15th. It came out the 7th of December of this year. So, of this month, excuse me. But I didn't care. I was like, okay, I want to see one more movie before the year ends, and I saw this indeed. But I enjoyed it very much, you know, and I was like, oh, gotta wear the holiday hat for this. But it was fun. And the ending is very touching too, but overall it was fun. I had a blast with this movie. Hope you guys check it out for yourselves. It was fun. I loved it. David Harbour needs to do more stuff like this. He did a great job. To a fellow Westchester County native, you did real good, Mr. Harbour. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, have a happy Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. This is my final movie review of 2022. And of course, there will be more reviews for 2023, but this is the last one for me. And with that being said, guys, you guys take care as always. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys, as always. This is your Alpha M.V.K. Deuces.